Just a point of clarification, Councilman Johnson. On the upper part of, yeah, up in there, now that is all Kennecott land there. So that does not include the Saltaire. That was part of the old Magna Township boundaries.
The Saltaire piece is owned separately, but my understanding is the landowner has chosen to stay out as well.
Okay, that was the question, because the concern is, you know, that with them being part of Magna for as long as they have and kind of having a tight history to Magna, the fear is that Salt Lake City would come in and gobble them up, and that's the whole point, I thought, of this this preservation process. And I just worry that, or several people are worried that we're going to lose that part of our history to Salt Lake City.
I don't want to lose it either, so we'll double check, make sure if we can keep it in, that we will keep it in.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cindy, and thank you for all you do for the Empress Theater in Magna. Thank you. Hello.
No,
Welcome.
thank you. Dan Peay, Magna Community Council Chairman. Yeah, if you look at what the area had when they first drew the township lines, Magna was content with that. When they redid them this time, I mean, they took 2/3 of our land away. I realize Kennecott has that option. It's never been a problem. I don't know why they would, at this juncture, change that, but I know the Saltaire and those places all have Magna addresses. They've been quite content with it. The other side of I-80, Kennecott may own some of that ground, but a lot of it's the Great Salt Lake. I would just like the council to look at that and look at the little order that went up through there that gave us access to that. Magna's always worked close with Kennecott. Kennecott's always worked good with Magna. We'd just like you can apply a little pressure.
We will. That's one area that we have been trying to pressure Kennecott into. Like you said, Dan, at the end of the day, that's their decision. I don't want to speak for Kennecott. I'm just trying to explain kind of what Kennecott has expressed to us when it came to the proposed boundaries. But I will go back and we'll try to put a little more pressure on it.
Is we are losing potential industrial and heavier commercial development, which Magna Township or Magna City could greatly use to help carry us into the future. And I'm not sure why they've isolated some of that property, because it's not truly being used as operational property. It might boundary some of their operational properties, but it is not truly being used as operational properties.
I agree with you, and I don't know why the company has kind of retracted the last few years. The slide might have something to do with it, but I agree with everything everybody said.
Okay.
It's
well,
their decision.
I had to voice my concerns. I didn't know if the Magna Township was currently involved in the discussions and negotiations between the county and Rio Tinto. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Welcome, Bill.
Bill Both, I live on 9850 West in Magna. My concerns echo everybody else's, us losing all of our land. With the negotiations with Kennecott, is there a way, since you talk with them a lot, like get the town council involved, community council involved, say, hey, can we come together with people who actually live in this community and talk and sit down at a table and come together? Is there something that could be worked on with you folks to include us in these conversations?
Sure, we can ask them, and they've been to some of the open houses and some of the town halls that we've had, at the end of the day, it's their decision on if they want to come. I can press them to come to more meetings and have more discussions. Again, at the end of the day, it's their decision to opt in or not to opt in. So again, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. I'll press them as hard as I can to get some more open meetings and town meetings.
And then the other concern, you mentioned a minute ago that, since Magna is the only border for Little Valley, but Salt Lake City borders that area to the north, and West Valley borders that area to the south that was taken away from us. What is to stop them from when Kennecott scales back to swoop in and take that from Magna?
Well, I guess the landowner, just like today, would have the option to choose which municipality they wanted to go into. I would hope that with the long history that Magna's had with Kennecott, that Kennecott would remember that. At the end of the day, the municipality, we can declare our annexation declaration, which would say what our future intent would be as a municipality, either way, as the township or the city. I would hope we, as residents and as whatever municipality we choose to take, would make that declaration so that Kennecott would know we would like their operational land to remain inside of Magna. And then hopefully we're good neighbors that they would want to come.
So in November, we can, put our thumbprint on that and say, dibs, basically.
It would be after November, but yes, we could claim dibs.
Okay.
We will claim dibs as soon as we can.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
My name's Lou Panopoulos, Magna. Just for the records, when Magna tried to go city last time, the boundaries were the Great Salt Lake. We incorporated into Copperton, went from 7,200 west to the top of the mountain. That's what you said was going to be Magna if we went city. You put Copperton into it, and the people of Copperton got scared, didn't want to be part of Magna. We didn't want them part of Magna. And they voted totally, to go the other way. But what gives Kennecott the right to even have a say-so in this? They're a corporation, they're a business. They shouldn't have any right to tell Magna that they don't want to be into it. If you made a sweetheart deal with Kennecott, I don't think that's legal. What's going to stop anybody from Magna that's got a business on the edge right there to say, we don't want to be part of it?
There was no sweetheart deal. So the legislation back in the 70s, early 80s is the legislation that deals with Kennecott. So there's nobody here at the county today that did any deal with Kennecott, so to speak. So we have to live with the legislation that was created back then. I think all of us agree with you. We're a little frustrated with how the maps have come out. Our hope was that the existing township was going to be the proposed township boundaries as well. I don't want to speak on behalf of all 9 of us. I can tell you from my perspective, I expected the boundaries to be identical. And that's when I went to Kennecott and expressed our concerns. Now they have given back a few pieces, but I'm as frustrated as you are. I'd like the whole thing.
Well, can't legislation change this?
Yeah?
We could, huh? We could start something up and reverse this. I think so.
There's always legislation. Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lou.
The southwest section that was cut off. I know most of the comments have been referred to of the northern section, especially north of I-80. But that southwest corner that was cut off, that's
By the gun club.
yeah, it takes away probably most of the Magna Gun Club, which is, it's a Magna Gun Club, I don't know what they're gonna call it. They're gonna change the name. But most of the residents of Magna that I spoke with, again, just to re-echo, we want the borders to stay the same. And I'm not so sure that Kennecott is the only owner that has, that owns in the parts that are being taken away or being proposed to be taken away. So, a thorough analysis of that. And again, we want to keep the borders the same. So that's all I have to say.
No, I agree with you. The gun club piece surprised me, so I will go back.
It surprised most of us.
So the Solitaire piece, the marina, and the gun club for sure will crush it really hard. I'm with the rest of everybody. I want the east side piece going up the tailings to get up north. That bothered me a lot that they took those pieces out.
Thank you.
Thank you.